Hello and welcome back to Round 3 Back 9 coverage of the Queenstown Classic here on the South Island in New Zealand. We have had a hot front 9 as this shorter course, very attackable. These players have lit up this field. We're excited to bring you this coverage presented by MDG Media. I'm Connor Wood and with me, Andrew Gum.
Yeah, Queenstown Gardens, beautiful place. Moving day. Definitely a birdie or die course. Morgan's got the hot round going at 7 down and trying to chase down Michael Yu. He's 2 strokes ahead of him here.
As we start our back 9 here with hole number 10, par 3, only 40 meters, but this is a super small island hole. You'll want to pick a disc that you know how it flies, very reliable, very controllable, and you want to put it close. You can go forehand, you can go backhand. Now, I have heard that Morgan has a unique line that only he really takes.
Local line, huh? Oh my goodness, that is tight. That works, I think. Or did he just miss it? No, I don't think so. I saw the line there, and he's not quite over it. I think he's going to have to take a penalty stroke there. A crazy line, but sure he knows.
As we see a much more traditional route there from Max.
Seems to make a lot more sense, but sure Morgan's had plenty of time to play around with this hole.
Michael, a little bit too nose down, out of the hand. Didn't have the room to glide, and as he hits a rock, he did not make this island.
Yeah, that was his pig. And I believe it plays as a hazard, is that right?
Yes, that is correct. Outside of the circle is a hazard, so all of these guys will still have putts for par.
Sebastian gets it in there. Nicely done. Flicking his MD3 up there. Color glow, C-line. Big putt for par.
Oh, and Michael with a
goodness.
Great save.
Sweet jumper there.
Let's take a look in slow-mo. Straddle brings it down, all in the legs as he pushes up, straight to the sky and down in the chains. That is a great par save.
Beautiful jumper. Small planet. Big putt.
I like what you did there.
Yeah, nice one there.
So we see
a
par save from Morgan, yeah. Just outside that island green, I think. Just a little bit smaller than circle 1. You really do need to stick this one close.
Great birdie from Max. And Sebastian. Low it down on the tap ends. Nice one. Got a strong spin putt. I would like to see a little bit less pace from the short distance, but he's young and very talented.
Yeah, at least to modulate that power a little bit depending on the distance. As we take a look here at hole 11, par 3, 61 meters, we have a Mando tree just at that dogleg bend that pushes players to the left. As they have this soft left-to-right turn, I think a lot of right-handed forehands will be shown, but you could try and turn over a backhand as well. We do have OB coming into play long left. Once you pass that Mando, if you do kick, you can find yourself in some trouble, but with the forehand coming into play, I think a lot of these guys will not have any contending to do with that. As Max up first, circles the pin, he is right up there.
Yeah, mutant flick, kisses the tree, and right up there by the basket. Sebastian with the meta tactic. Great
as he
skip.
splits the gap and puts it even closer.
Wow. That was sweet. Look at that landscape in the back. Beautiful.
Morgan looked like he was reading the name of his disc there before he threw it, just checking he has the right one.
It's always good to do. I've made that mistake before. When you see like two of the same color disc and you think you threw one and one's
yeah, same plastic, same color. A lot of my discs, you play in the rain, the stamp gets wiped off over time, or you wipe it off intentionally, and wrong disc. But Michael with the right disc.
Oh yeah, that Toro. Nice overstable approach disc and puts it on the money.
Morgan really confident from that 8 to 10 meter range. Just dead center every time. His height has been a bit questionable in the front 9. He had a couple go off the basket, but he's always making sure to put them in.
Always gives
Very
it a
solid putt
chance.
from
Yeah,
that,
he's a great putter from the look of it. Nice birdies there from Max and Michael. And a beautiful tap in.
Definitely modulated the power on that tap in.
Yep, scar frame. Nice one.
As we go to hole 12, another left to right fairway, but this time no Mando tree. These players are all going to go, I assume, forehand if they can, potentially even driver to have a quick skip off the earth. Slightly sharper disc will play better for that quick degree of turn. As they try to get a bit of ground play and control, they're landing by the basket. That's a touchy backhand line, you know.
Really is.
We'll see if he can pull it off, but yeah, the width and the speed at which you need to turn right, you have to pure that really, really perfectly, whereas the forehand is much more forgiving.
Totally agree. And Maxime has a great forehand. He just doesn't seem to trust it in competition from the looks of it. We haven't really seen him throw many of them. Look at that. That was a beauty from Sebastian. Taking his PD2 C-line and just parking it.
Nice, as you do see them disking up just a little bit to try and increase that skip play. Morgan has hung it out wide, and he'll be left with about 20-25 to the basket.
Yeah, I think he meant that to be a lot lower. I do like the skip play with the driver. Seems to make a lot of sense. Firebird here. New Halo variety. Ooh, I guess there's the high line too, kind of spiking it in. This seems to be good. Oh, and it's real good. I think that's more what...
Let me see. You think that's the traditional line, the intended line from the designer?
Not sure. I guess you could go high or low, just about speed control and getting that touch right. I think that was Morgan's intended line. Now that I saw it executed well, I thought maybe he missed it low or high, but I think there is a high line too. Ooh, good bid.
Yeah, and Max actually on his approach looks like he hit one of those stumps and kicked off. He is left with still a lot of work, but saves it for par. That is a great putt from Circle 2.
Great one, yeah. Yeah, not the course you want to take any bogeys if possible. You're going to be losing strokes in most cases.
Oh, and maybe a little too hard, but that was dead center.
Yeah, right on point. He just really has a lot of speed on his putt. He wants to make disc golf his profession, so he's gonna want to minimize those lost strokes on the green, and I think that's something you kind of develop over time. Maybe understanding the need to pace your putt based on the distance and the wind and everything.
Yeah,
of course.
and I think, as you mentioned, he's a young man. I think he's already roughly 960 rated. The sky's the ceiling for that young man there.
Yeah, he's going to play Junior Worlds. This is he's still looking for his first MPO win, but yeah, bright future.
Hey, we'll see if he can find it. As we move on to hole 13, par 3, 63 meters, we have another Mando tree on the right side playing to the left. This really is a nice straight shot with the backhand or the forehand, but with that sloping green, they'll once again need to control their speed and try to have a soft landing here.
Look pretty good, but catches a tree. Still have a putt though. Another backhand turnover here. This looks a lot better. Great touch on this. Perfect.
Straight line right between the trees. Very nice there for Max. He'll be collecting a stress-free birdie.
MD3.
Sebastian playing a soft skip with the forehand, and he slides it right up as well.
That was great.
Morgan rocking the tie-dye.
Got a really nice kind of air bounce. Got this kind of old school touch on those backhand lines. That was beautiful.
Yeah, and very spinny. You can see he gets a good rotation out of those discs. Gets a nice flight.
Yeah, little nose up and just some really good spin, like you said.
Michael with another jumper, unfortunately hitting the basket just a couple centimeters low, it looks like. With all of these guys now left with short putts, Max collects his birdie.
Uh-oh. That's a surprise. Oh my gosh.
Oh, playing the lie while it's on top of Sebastian's disc and closer. Interesting.
Yeah, I think just getting out of his way there, maybe. Kind of
Yeah, and I think just
speed
moving
of play
past it.
thing, yeah.
Forget about that missed putt and get to the next hole.
It definitely hurt him though. He was down on the ground, and from that distance, yeah, that is painful.
That hurts.
Yeah.
But look, he's bogey free. He hasn't quite connected on as many birdies as in the front nine, but
he's
still only 3 behind of the lead.
Yeah, he's looked great on the green, but just I think a slight lapse of concentration. Man, the diversity of landscape in New Zealand is just absolutely amazing.
They've got it all. It's an inspiration for many stories and movies for a reason.
Indeed.
As we go to hole 14, this is our first par 4 at 106 meters. Very eagleable if you can manage to pure this line. Possibly fairway driver for some of these players. With OB at the end on the left side, you want to make sure that you do not skip or roll down this right to left sloping fairway. What you really want here is a nice flip up to straight shot that then kind of lands still flat as opposed to on edge.
Oh, yikes. Maxime's instinct kicks way early. Gonna be a tough par save.
Cool move with the towel though.
Yeah. Style points for sure. Veteran towel pickup there, yeah.
Sebastian looking like he's hit a very nice line. Oh, just a bit too low to get all the way, but that was on the intended line there. I think definitely he'll be trying to put that one in for eagle.
Yeah, that was his meta essence. This is a destroyer. Forehand. Interesting play there. Gets it to work out.
Yeah, and I can appreciate going to the forehand just to make sure that you hit the gap. You don't have to take your eyes off it. I'm also a more forehand dominant player than usual in the woods.
Yeah, and the way the slope is, you can kind of expect a counter skip maybe when it comes in, so you're not going to probably flare off a whole lot right. It might just kind of straighten up on the ground play. That seems to be the local line.
I would say, though, that for very overstable discs from these guys on the forehand, I would think that they would try to maybe negate that fade with a slightly more understable disc choice, but
yeah, maybe so.
I think they'll have easy birdies at worst, so
Look
definitely doing nothing wrong.
What a crafty line from Maxime.
That was nasty.
Oh yeah, that definitely deserves a replay, and check it out. From the catch cam, all this in his way, heavy anhyzer with a very overstable disc, beautifully crafted line.
And the kiss at the end off the tree.
Oh wow.
Really nice.
Yeah. That was fantastic scramble. Man, if I was a basket, I'd be scared when this guy putts. He really locks in with that eye contact. And he means it. Gave it a bid. A little wide.
This is another guy who really means it when he putts.
Well, it'll hurt some baskets. He did change the touchdown a little bit on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, he modulated the power a little bit there, but maybe perhaps a bit too much as he was putting uphill. Didn't give it enough oomph to make it all the way. This is Michael for eagle.
Oops, that's bad.
And that's not an easy birdie now, as he'll be putting again.
Very verbal.
Oh, but it's easy for him.
Yeah, great comebacker. He's definitely talking a lot through his round. Yeah, he's kind of commentating on his own. You get a lot of the sense of his emotional state of being. Nice birdie putt there.
Oh, and I think Michael did bleed OB with that missed putt earlier as he took a par rather than a birdie. 3 throws, but 4 strokes. You can see those orange
Good point.
markers right there on the right of your screen. As Max, Morgan, and Sebastian take their 3s, our leader with the 4, they catch up by 1. Hole 15. The next par 4, 160 meters. This is known as the hardest hole on the course. To get the birdie, you need a very touchy first shot with a tight gap as you softly go right to left and then straight all the way down this fairway. Trees all along the way. You will need to hit the first gap and the second to try and get up here. No mandos and very little OB to speak of, so it's really just about hitting your line and beating the Guardians.
Maxime on the box. He's got the instinct again. Nice hyzer flip. Didn't see it fully finished, but
See how much he has
okay.
left. Yeah, he didn't quite get as much turn as I think he wanted, but I also don't think he hit much on the way.
ooh, look at this hyzer. Horizon DD1. That was the mystery box special from Discmania. Hits a tree and rolls out to the center fairway. Could still save it.
This will need to turn considerably. Yeah, you see his use of the understability there. You do want to get left early, and he did. I didn't see it cut roll. It looks like it was going to connect on that roll angle, but we didn't see it come back into frame. Likely a good sign for him.
Big Germ Thunderbird forehand roller. Getting to see some really cool local
I did not
lines.
see this line coming.
No, me either. Makes it work real well, though. Look at it. Gets a little bit off left at the end, but really great distance.
And I believe Morgan mentioned that Michael plays this course potentially more than anyone in the world. So very familiar with the course, very familiar with his lines. And Sebastian on his second shot, unfortunately, unable to break through. He'll still have about 50, 60, I think, before he's up on that green. Morgan also going forehand, connects with the similar trees as Sebastian and also kicks right. They will be in a similar location. This is what Michael has from the roller.
Ooh. Big trees there on the left. Gave it a pretty good shot, but he got kind of a bad kick.
Some mean trees. You see the danger of playing drivers in the woods. That kick will be much more severe if you connect solidly. As Sebastian overshoots the green, he will have deep circle 2 for par.
Ooh. Wide highs there. Checks up pretty nice. He'll have a putt.
And I believe the only birdie putt of this group.
Yeah, for a 160 meter hole, it's definitely got some teeth on it.
Showing us why it's the hardest on the course.
Yeah, very interesting shape and elevation change too. Quite uphill and lots of trees. Oh, right on point.
Oh, yeah, nice bid. He will have, I believe, a tap-in bogey, as we see Max here for birdie from about edge of circle. Great putt.
Wow, nice one. Good to get a stroke on the card, at least a stroke. Oh. 2 strokes on Michael and Morgan. Not sure about Michael. Sebastian, anyway.
I think we haven't seen Michael's.
Michael might have a par here, I think.
Yeah, he got so far up
Yeah.
on the first one with the
Yeah,
roller that
yeah,
even
yeah.
though he kicked a tree on his second, he just pitched up on the third, and you saw his putt there to save his par. Morgan and Sebastian both finding trouble, taking bogeys. Max with a 2-stroke swing on them and 1 towards Michael.
Yeah, it's going to help Maxime's podium chances, and still a 3-stroke lead for Michael.
As we go to hole 16, par 3, 50 meters, we have a soft right to left bend, but it really is just a straight shot. I'm going to expect to see some putters right down the middle, or maybe even some overstable mid-ranges with the wide line, trying to swing it in nicely on hyzer.
Yeah,
We see Max on the tee.
Lead control shot. Oh, it looked like it was tracking, but yeah, hits that rock short of the basket and should be a birdie. 6 meters or so.
Yeah, settled very nicely. Did Sebastian ricochet off the early tree there?
It worked
regardless, he snuck it up. Yeah, I'm not sure that he did, but sounded like he kicked that first one on the right, just kissed it.
out. Yeah.
Get in the box.
Finished well with the meta tactic anyway, so. Funny how that happens
These guys
sometimes.
all opting for that.
Like
Yeah,
a really
when
early.
the line's just adjusted a tiny bit.
Scramble mode here from Michael. Does pretty well with it. Have a chance to save it. Go out. Circle's edge. A little downhill.
Oh,
way
it's
high. Had a couple high ones
What's a
now.
downhill putt for him there? Healthy birdie putt. To go 9 down for the round. Morgan sitting at 28 under.
Yeah, and with Michael's bogey, that's going to be just a 1-stroke difference between the top two now. Things are really tightening up. Big 2-stroke swing there. Maxime with a great birdie. And down on the round. Kind of a sneaky, really hot back nines, excuse me. 6 or 7.
Yeah, Max is now tying 4 together in a row. Has shot up the leaderboards here. And a good putt from Sebastian as well to bounce back from his bogey. We move on to hole 17, par 4, 115 meters. You have this long straight tunnel shot with a late Mando tree at about this point here. You have to play past on the right side as the fairway begins to go dogleg left and then wrap around. These players are going to want to throw one straight shot off the tee and then try to battle the corner on the second to make their way up to this green. I think some more understable discs to avoid the early fade to the left. You really don't want to miss that Mando. Or you could go something more overstable and just try and use the width to swing it in there.
Maxime's Ruru fights through after catching some early branch up high. Works out really well, though.
I think a really good spot. Just went way long of that Mando tree. Should be swinging it back towards the basket. No problem at all.
The trusty Color Glow C-Line MD3 here from Sebastian. Eagle McMahon signature disc, I believe.
Oh, and I think he has missed that Mando. It was difficult to see from that angle, but with an early release, that is the danger. You really don't want to go leftwards early. You'd like to go straight to right to open up the second shot that you want to go left.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, he'll have a bit of trouble. I think he was caught up in the heart of that little cluster of trees.
Yeah, not the ideal spot. Sure, he's been there before, though.
Very cool looking line from Michael. We didn't get to see the full flight, but I do appreciate the idea of that turnover forehand there. Maybe trying to get a counter skip, fight his way up.
Yeah, that was a sidewinder, so cool idea, flicking the understable stuff.
And a solid shot to get himself to the green on his second. Morgan with a fairly overstable disc fights his way up as well. Very nice.
Great approach.
You can see that the width and the distance does offer you more lines, as you've already beaten the Mando on the first one. And this is the drop zone
Yep. Back
for
to
Sebastian.
that Iron Samurai. Comes in hot, but gets a nice bit of tree love there to stay right close.
And Max laying up for a easy birdie on 17 to go 8 down so far. 7 rather, through 8.
Yeah, and to go 11 on the round. This is some great moves here. Big putt. Just short.
And Michael has slowed down a bit now with a bogey on the last hole and par the 3 holes before that.
Yeah, we got a tie ball game.
Morgan taking his birdie. Yeah, we are all tied up now at 29 under par. Sebastian sitting at 25, taking that par. Max with his birdie also at 25.
That's right. They're locked
Cushion
up.
that our leaders had has, shrunken a little bit here.
Yeah, moving into the final hole. Day 3 here, moving day. Definitely seen some moves made.
And here we are. We'll see if they can make a move here on hole 18. Par 3, 65 meters. We have this soft cresting uphill fairway with a very low ceiling the whole way. As you crest this, you want to try and control your distance and your fade, as there is OB directly behind the basket on that walking path and beyond, as well as OB on the right, where we saw that small sports pitch. These guys are going to be ending on a tricky and touchy hole. We'll see if they can carry their momentum through to have a strong ending to this round 3.
Maxime with the mutant.
Oh, sits it down nicely there. I was worried for a second with how quick that was coming in, but very nice grabby grass.
Yeah, beautiful place. Really seems to change with every hole. A little too high. Back to the iron
Ceiling
samurai.
really coming into play here.
Yeah, you gotta keep
that's
it low.
quite a high speed disc for 65 meters, but he does control it nicely.
He really trusts that.
And he seems, I was going to say, he's leaning on that disc even when the speed might not be preferable, let's say. He does have a really good command of the shape, I think, and he's just comfortable throwing it.
There we go.
Yeah, it's definitely about the feel. Oh, nice one there. Perfect ground play, just crests the hill and gets it to slide up inside the circle.
Oh, I thought he did it for a second.
Ooh,
Does he swing it back in bounds? A little scared, but yeah, you can
Comedic
see his
reaction.
basket, his disc.
yeah, I don't think he meant
Right
to give
behind.
it quite that much juice. Great finish from
Ooh.
Maxime. 12 down. And a super hot
Look
back
at that
9.
scorecard. Cash money,
6
almost
in a
all
row.
green.
Finishing super strong. Well done, Max.
This
You
is
don't-
Michael to have a solid ending to a good round. Oh, and he finds it.
He hated it, but
Honestly,
it worked.
Yeah, he said no. He gave it the nope out of his hand.
He had
and
given up on it,
in
but
it went.
no, it just dropped right in there. Oh, nubs, chains, but no birdie. Okay, let's
Sebastian
come back.
being pretty good off the tee and with his throwing. I think if he were just to make those small corrections to his circle 1 putts, would have found 4 to 6 more strokes this round. Some good camaraderie there from our lead card. As we take a look at the scores, with that last putt made, Michael, you retaining sole first place, 7 down through the round, sitting at 30 under. In second place at 10 down for the round, Morgan Harteveld. Maxime with 12 down the hot round, 26 under, only 4 behind the leader. And Sebastian, 1 behind him, 5 behind our leader. That'll be round 3, folks.
Yeah, Maxime's totally still in this. Did everything he needed to on that back 9 to stay in contention. Make sure you come back and join us for the final round and help these supporting partners.